Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're going to break down the most effective treatments for hyperpigmentation, from all the stuff you can do at home to the heavy-hitting procedures you can get from a pro. Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we'll get a handle on what hyperpigmentation actually is. Then, we'll dive into all your treatment options, starting with what you can do yourself. After that, we'll look at the professional stuff. And really importantly, we'll figure out how to match the right treatment to your skin tone. And we'll wrap it all up with the one golden rule that you just can't skip. All right, first things first. When we talk about these darker patches of skin, what's really going on under the surface? So if you've ever looked in the mirror and thought, what are these spots? Trust me, you are so not alone. This is an incredibly common thing that happens to our skin. The official name for it is hyperpigmentation. And it all boils down to one thing: your body making too much melanin. Melanin is the pigment that gives our skin its color. So what's making it go into overdrive? Well, you can usually trace it back to one of three main triggers. It could be those leftover marks after a breakout, damage from years of being in the sun, or even just shifts in your hormones. Any of these can tell your skin, hey, make more melanin right here. Okay, but here's the really good news. You don't have to wait to get started. Your journey to clearer skin can begin, right now, in your own bathroom. There are some seriously powerful over-the-counter options out there. So your first line of defense is often this whole world of face acids. You've probably seen these ingredients on product labels. Basically, they work by exfoliating or helping you shed that top layer of skin. So things like glycolic acid or even vitamin C help to get rid of the dull, pigmented cells and let fresh, even-toned skin come through. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. You've got these two powerhouse ingredients, but they take completely different approaches. Think of it like this. Face acids are like the cleanup crew working on the surface, the epidermis. Retinoids, on the other hand, are like a special ops team. Their molecules are way smaller, so they can get down deeper below the surface and work from the inside out. And it's not just about acids and retinoids. You've also got lightening creams in your toolkit. These are another great at-home option. They use gentle but effective ingredients like niacinamide to kind of tell those pigment cells to chill out over time. They're especially good for flat spots like melasma or age spots. But okay, what happens when the stuff you're doing at home just isn't cutting it for those really stubborn spots? Well, that's when you might want to level up and look into some of the powerful treatments a dermatologist can offer. So you might hear about these two procedures. They sound similar, but believe me, they are worlds apart in intensity. Microdermabrasion is much gentler. It's just buffing away that very top layer of skin. Dermabrasion, though, is way more intense. It goes deeper, removing the top layer and even some of the layer underneath. Remember those face acids we talked about for at-home use? Well, think of a professional chemical peel as their much, much stronger, older sibling. We're talking way higher concentrations of acids to get that top layer of skin to peel away, revealing brighter skin underneath and fast. The big catch? Your skin will be super sensitive to the sun afterward. Then you have laser treatments, which use focused light. But not all lasers are the same. Ablative lasers are the really intense ones. They actually remove thin layers of skin. Non-ablative lasers are a bit more subtle. They send heat down into the deeper layers to wake up your collagen production without damaging the surface. And finally, there's IPL. Now, a key thing to note here is that this isn't actually a laser. It uses a broad spectrum of light, almost like a really powerful camera flash. It's fantastic for targeting those flat brown spots, and it can even help with things like redness and fine lines. The only thing is, you'll definitely need more than one session. Okay, wow, that is a lot of options, right? So the big question is, how in the world do you choose what's right for you? Well, a huge piece of the puzzle is your skin tone. And this chart right here is basically your cheat sheet. You can see that for fairer skin, most treatments, even the really intense ones like IPL and ablative lasers, are generally safe. But as you move into medium and darker skin tones, you have to be much more careful. The goal is to avoid causing any new inflammation that could actually make pigmentation worse. So you stick to gentler options like specific acids, lower strength peels, and less intense lasers. And this brings up such a crucial point from one of the experts, Dr. Cynthia Cobb. You just gotta have patience. It's so important to remember, especially if you have a darker skin tone, that these treatments just might take a bit longer to show those amazing results you're looking for. Now, we've talked about all these incredible treatments, from creams to lasers, but I have to tell you, none of it, and I mean none of it, will give you lasting results without following this one simple golden rule. This is it. This is the big one. The absolute #1 thing you can do to protect your skin, prevent new spots from forming, and make sure all the effort and money you're putting into treatments isn't wasted. You have to wear sunscreen, SPF 30 or higher, period. This is completely non-negotiable. And listen, this is not just for beach days. This needs to be a daily habit, like brushing your teeth. You put it on every single morning, even when it's cloudy, because those UV rays that trigger hyperpigmentation, they are out there rain or shine. So there you have it, the complete playbook for tackling hyperpigmentation. You know what it is, what causes it, and all the ways to treat it. The only question left is, what's your first move going to be? Thanks for tuning in.